You're watching Swipe. Coming up on this week's show.
Top of the blocks, we meet a Minecraft megastar. I find out what it takes to trick your brain into believing you're feeling something that isn't there. And hold the phone, why Samsung's had such a bad week.
Welcome to Swipe. Even if you're not a gamer, chances are you've heard of Minecraft. The building block game has become one of the most popular titles in the world, even spawning its own celebrity subculture. Dan TDM's YouTube channel, which features videos of him playing it, has been viewed more than 8 billion times, and Chris got to meet him for a chat.
Yeah, welcome back to Minecraft, where today...
Dan Middleton, or Dan TDM as he's known to his fans, is a YouTube superstar.
Dan TDM evolves into...
Okay, this worked a little bit better last time.
Let's click the big old...
The British gamer has over 15 million subscribers.
Look at those guys. Happy little creatures.
At one point last year, his main channel was the most popular in the world.
I got into online video a long time ago. Before YouTube was even a thing, there was sites that produced like flash animations, stop motion animations, and I kind of got into that and started making my own. And then YouTube came along, and it was kind of the only place you could let people view your content without literally sitting them in front of your screen. So I started uploading like silly little animations, then got even more into gaming, then gaming on YouTube kind of blew up and just gone from 0 to 100 very, very quickly.
Dan's videos mainly feature him playing and commentating on Minecraft. But did he ever expect to build a career out of the creative construction game?
It was a massive surprise, huge surprise when it started going crazy, because when I started doing Minecraft videos, there was kind of an established set of creators that had kind of made their name in Minecraft already, so it was quite a saturated space. So it was quite cool to have find a new niche and it just take off.
Oh, geez, the meteor of truth.
The game has sold over 100 million copies worldwide.
Ah, Gizmo, watch out! Oh my goodness, Gizmo!
Most of its players are young children, with Dan's main audience being 8 to 10-year-olds. He says he specialises in storytelling.
I would say my videos kind of stick out because of these story elements. Something that really connected, especially in the Minecraft videos, is I created my own characters to support kind of a tutorial aspect of the videos, and then the stories and the characters pretty much took over, where they literally have their own adventures in their own world.
Dan's got over 8 billion YouTube views and makes money through online ads. He wouldn't tell me how much he earns, but he's well aware of the business opportunities. He's even got a book out.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential, especially when you've built big characters like Dr. Treos, for example, and my main character, Dan TDM, who is essentially me, but kind of my computer-generated counterpart. There's a lot of potential for merchandise and other stories, because your fans kind of really do connect with those characters. So I have like little plushies of my character, which people really enjoy.
Yes, it's not all about making money. There have been some unexpected benefits as well.
Yeah, I've had a lot of support from parents, specifically about helping their children with ADHD and autism with my videos, using it as kind of something that they can focus on when they're feeling a little bit unstable or they're having a bad day. They can really use my videos to focus on something to distract them from everything else.
We all know what the internet is like when it comes to online trolls, and someone as popular as you must get their fair share of negative comments. How do you deal with those? I
do get them every day, all the time. The easiest thing to do is literally ignore them. As soon as you give them any kind of attention whatsoever, then that's what they're after, pretty much. They want to get you annoyed, they want to get some kind of argument going, so you literally just ignore them and they'll get bored and disappear.
At the moment, Dan's taking his online persona to the live stage in his first ever tour. Unsurprisingly, it's already sold out. Chris Cregan, Sky News.
Stay with us. Still to come, I'll be getting touchy-feely with a special kind of glove. That's coming right up after a roundup of this week's tech news.
Samsung has ended production of its new Galaxy Note 7 smartphone. 2.5 million devices were recalled after dozens caught fire or exploded last month. But this was followed by reports of replacement phones doing the same thing. The company is now giving customers fire-resistant packages so they can send back their faulty handsets. Sony's PlayStation VR launched in the UK this week. The virtual reality kit works with existing PS4 consoles. It's the third major headset launch this year, following Facebook's Oculus Rift and the HTC Vive. Sony's hoping to compete with a device that's cheaper than its rivals. Driverless cars are being trialled in Milton Keynes. The UK-built vehicles use cameras and detection technology to navigate, but they can only reach speeds of up to 15 miles per hour. And internet trolls who create derogatory hashtags or post humiliating photoshopped pictures could face jail under new rules. The Crown Prosecution Service has published guidance to help police decide when to press charges. 1 in 4 teenagers suffers abuse online. Coming up in a moment, we take to the battlefield in our games review. But first,
Haptic technology is a kind of feedback that can mimic physical touch. Developers have been experimenting with it to try and make virtual reality gaming even more immersive and to potentially help people recovering from brain injuries. I invited one CEO with his prototype haptic glove into Sky for a demonstration.
those sensors being strapped to my fingertips are about to make it possible for me to feel things that aren't really there.
Oh, yeah, cold.
Suddenly gets cold.
Feels like cold water, actually.
Yeah.
And the heat?
And then we can put the heat through it as well.
Oh, that's nice and warm.
Yeah,
That's
so
quite
you get the
cosy.
yeah.
These will be good in winter, just to put inside my gloves.
Whatever sensation Nigel selects on the screen, I should feel with my hand.
If we put in a hot mug, you should feel a pressure. And the pressure is created by simply there's a small bladder just behind the fingertips, and we just inflate that bladder.
Nigel's been working with the University of Southampton to develop the haptic device. It was initially designed for people who've had a stroke or brain injury.
What I don't understand is how is this helping rehabilitate a stroke patient?
So you will mimic the sensation of picking up a cup of tea, or you'll mimic the sensation of moving something, and that will find a new pathway of nerves, so your neural pathway, from your hand and fingers to your brain.
Because you're carrying out actions.
Because you're carrying out actions, seeing it on a screen, seeing that you're actually doing it.
The haptics trend is gaining popularity, particularly in gaming. There's even such a thing as a haptic suit, designed to let your whole body feel sensations of the video game you're playing. So that's anything from being hit by a bullet to weather changes. Nigel also wants to expand into gaming as his team progresses with the project.
We can mimic the touch of sandpaper.
That's sandpaper. It feels like my finger's vibrating.
So how we do this is you adjust the frequencies of the vibration.
But what about the cost?
So for the rehabilitation market, to be selling it for under £500.
Okay. And the gaming market?
Well, in theory, similar. Around that sort of market, which we think is...
Presumably the price will come down the more that you sell?
Yes,
and
the more that we
people take
sell,
it on.
the more orders we get, the more we can produce. It's a bit sensitive at the moment, and hopefully it's working.
As with all prototypes, there are still a few kinks to iron out.
Time for this week's Games Review now, where Luke has been fighting for us.
The latest instalment in the Battlefield series is out, and Battlefield 1 is doing something a little bit different than its competitors like Call of Duty and Titanfall. While those games are moving forward and further into the future, Battlefield 1 is taking it back to World War I, which is actually quite a refreshing change if you play a lot of these type of games. With Battlefield 1 going all the way back to World War I, they are introducing something called war stories. So rather than following just one character all the way through who changes the course of the war, it actually looks at a series of individual soldiers and follows their stories, and quite often ends in death. And it works. It's a very touching subject matter. War always should be, but World War I think in particular, with the amount of lives lost. So yes, if you are not a big fan of shooters, or you're just a bit bored of the way they're going, have a look at this. At first glance, Dragon Quest Builders looks like it might be a rip-off of Minecraft, but it isn't. It's actually a really unique take on the genre. Whereas Minecraft has been viewed as more of a social experience where you're making things to share with friends, Dragon Quest Builders is a sandbox action RPG that is more of a solo adventure, so you can play it on your own. Your aim is to wander around this world. There's limited combat with the skeletons that come out at night, but your aim is to collect resources and basically channel them into rebuilding a village and looking after the villagers that move back in there. It's an exciting game, and one that if you don't quite click with Minecraft, or if your kids are looking for something new, it's definitely worth having a look at. Civilization 6 is the latest instalment in the long-running Civilization franchise, and it's a grand strategy turn-based game. So your aim is to take a nation from its early days in the Stone Age and go with it all the way through to the space race. And you're basically competing against other civilizations and, you know, having to interact with them, trade with them, be diplomatic with them, or if you feel like it, you can just conquer them. That's the beauty of Civ. There's no right way to play. If you've played Civilization before, there's a lot to love about this installment, and if you haven't, this really does seem like one of the best times to get involved.
That's it for this week. But don't forget, you can watch any of our Swipe episodes in our YouTube playlist. Just type in Sky News Swipe and stay up to date with all the latest tech stories throughout the week on Sky News on mobile, tablet, catch up, SkyQ and Snapchat. We'll be back next week. Hope you can join us then. Bye-bye.